Amara Ease was tall, broad-shouldered, and strong enough to lift heavy boxes alone. But her muscles were not what made people remember her. It was the way she could never walk past someone in pain. That afternoon, she was leaving a busy shopping center in Lagos when she heard an old woman cry out behind her. "Please stop. Give me back my bag." Amara turned. 3 young people stood near the entrance. They wore fine clothes and held expensive phones. A slim young man in dark glasses had taken the old woman's handbag and was holding it above her head. His 2 friends laughed as she tried to reach it. "Jump for it, Grandma," he said. The old woman looked weak and tired. Her simple brown dress was clean but old, and part of her gray hair had come loose. A bag of food lay on the ground beside her. Tomatoes had rolled across the floor, and a broken milk bottle lay near her feet. "Please," she said, "my medicine is inside." The girl beside the young man raised her phone and recorded. "Look at her shaking." Amara's face changed. She had spent 6 hours unloading gym equipment at a warehouse, and her arms still hurt, but she walked toward them. "Give her the bag," Amara said. The laughter stopped. The young man looked at her faded black shirt, work trousers, dusty boots, and strong arms. "Who are you?" "The woman telling you to return what you stole." The girl lowered her phone. "Stole? Watch your words." "Then prove me wrong," Amara said. "Give it back." The young man smiled. "This old woman made me drop my phone. We are teaching her a lesson." "That is not true," the old woman said. "They blocked my way. I only asked them to move." "You called me rude," he snapped. "Because you were rude," Amara said. He stepped closer. "You think your big arms scare me? I am not trying to scare you. I am stopping you from doing something shameful." People gathered around, but no one moved. Some watched with fear. Others held up phones. 2 security guards stood near the door. Amara faced them. "Are you going to help her?" One guard cleared his throat. "We do not know what happened. There are cameras above us. Check them." The young man's smile vanished. He threw the handbag at the old woman. It struck her chest and fell. As she bent down, the girl pushed past her. The old woman lost her balance. Amara moved fast and caught her before she fell onto the broken glass. One knee hit the floor, but she held the woman safely. "Are you hurt?" Amara asked. "My heart," the woman whispered. "It is beating too fast." Amara helped her sit, then faced the bullies. "Leave," the young man pointed at her. "Do not order me around. Leave before the police arrive." "The police?" the girl asked. "For what?" "For taking her bag, pushing her, and laughing while she begged." The second young man grabbed his friend's arm. "Tund, let us go." Tund pulled away. "No, she thinks she is a hero." He reached for Amara's shoulder. Amara stood and placed herself between him and the old woman. She did not raise her fists. She only looked at his hand until it stopped. "Touch me," she said calmly. "And the cameras will show that too." For the first time, Tund looked unsure. A security manager hurried outside. "What is happening?" Tund spoke first. "This woman threatened us." Amara pointed at the old woman. "She was robbed and pushed. Check your cameras." The manager looked at Tund's fine clothes, then at Amara's dusty boots. His eyes became cold. "You need to leave." Amara stared at him. "You are asking me to leave? You are causing trouble." "No," the old woman said. "She saved me." The manager ignored her. "Leave now or I will call the police." "Call them," Amara replied. "I will wait." The crowd began to speak. "Check the camera," someone shouted. Another person said, "We saw everything." The manager's face tightened. Tund cursed and walked away with his friends. The girl stopped recording and followed him. The crowd opened a path for them. Amara knelt beside the old woman and gathered her things. She found a medicine bottle inside the handbag and handed it to her. "Is this what you need?" The woman nodded. Amara bought water and waited while she took the medicine. Then she placed the food that was still good into a fresh bag. For several seconds, Evelyn could not speak. Her hands shook around the bottle. Amara sat beside her and kept one hand near her back without touching her. "Take your time," she said. "No one will trouble you again." Evelyn looked toward the doors. They were laughing as if I was not human. Amara's jaw tightened. "They were wrong. You matter. You should not be alone," Amara said. "Is there someone I can call?" The woman studied her. "My son is always busy. Busy does not mean he should not know you almost got hurt." A small smile touched the woman's face. "What is your name?" "Amara Ease." "I am Evelyn Cole." Amara helped her into a taxi and placed the bags beside her. Before closing the door, Evelyn held her hand. "Why did you help me when everyone else only watched?" Amara looked back at the crowd. "Because watching was not enough." The taxi drove away. Amara turned and began the long walk to the bus stop, unaware that Evelyn was not poor or helpless. Inside the taxi, Evelyn called one number. Far across Lagos, in the top office of one of Africa's biggest tech companies, a man in a dark suit answered. "Mother, are you all right?" Evelyn looked back at Amara's fading figure. "I am now," she said. "Adrian, I need you to find a woman named Amara Ease." Adrian Cole rose from his chair so fast that it rolled backward and struck the wall behind him. "What happened to you?" he asked. "Where are you now?" "I am inside a taxi," Evelyn replied. "I am going home." "That is not what I asked, Mother. Are you hurt?" "My chest was tight for a few minutes, but I took my medicine. I feel better now." Adrian pressed one hand against the large glass window in his office. Lagos spread out far below him, filled with tall buildings, moving cars, and thousands of people who had no idea that one short phone call had just filled him with fear. "Tell the driver to take you to the hospital," he said. "I do not need a hospital. You were attacked." "I was bullied, Adrian. There is a difference." "There is no difference to me." His voice had become hard, and Evelyn knew that tone. It was the same voice he used when a business deal went wrong or when someone tried to lie to him. Adrian was only 34 years old, but he had built Coltech into one of the largest technology companies in Africa. He was calm in public, but when it came to his mother, that calm could disappear. Evelyn looked through the taxi window. "Do not send 10 cars and 20 guards to my house. I am sending a doctor. One doctor. 2. 1, Adrian." He closed his eyes. "Fine. One doctor. Now tell me everything." Evelyn explained how the 3 young people had blocked her path outside the shopping center. She told him how they had taken her bag, laughed at her, and refused to return her medicine. Then she told him about Amara. "She walked toward them alone," Evelyn said. "Everyone else stood there and watched, but Amara stepped forward." "What did she do?" "She told them to return my bag. One of them tried to frighten her, but she did not move." "Did they touch you?" "One of the girls pushed past me. I nearly fell onto broken glass." Adrian's hand curled into a fist. "Mother, Amara caught me." His eyes opened again. "She caught you?" "Yes, before I touched the ground." For several seconds, Adrian said nothing. The thought of his mother falling onto broken glass made his stomach twist. "Give me her full name," he said. "Amara Ease." "Did she ask you for money?" "No." "Did she give you a phone number?" "No." "Did she know who you were?" Evelyn gave a quiet laugh. She thought I was a lonely old woman whose son was too busy to answer his phone. Adrian looked down at the expensive watch on his wrist. Maybe she was right. Do not start feeling sorry for yourself. Find her. "Why?" "Because I want to thank her." "I can thank her for you." "No. I want to look into her eyes and do it myself." Adrian walked back to his desk. "I will find her." "And Adrian?" "Yes. Do not frighten her." "I do not frighten people." Evelyn laughed again. "You own a company with armed guards at every door. You arrive in black cars. You wear suits that cost more than some people earn in 1 year. You frighten people without trying. I will be careful." "Good. Find Amara Ease, but do not treat her like a suspect." The call ended. Adrian immediately pressed a button on his desk. His assistant, Daniel, entered the office less than a minute later. Daniel was a short, careful man who always carried a tablet and rarely asked questions unless he had to. You called, sir? My mother was attacked outside Hillcrest Shopping Center. Daniel's face changed. Is she safe? She is on her way home. Send Dr. Bello there now. One doctor only, because she made me promise. Yes, sir. Then call Musa from security. I want every camera recording from that shopping center. Daniel started typing. What time did it happen? Less than 30 minutes ago. Find 3 young people. 2 men and 1 woman. They took my mother's handbag and pushed her. Daniel stopped typing for half a second. They pushed Mrs. Cole? Yes. I will call the police. Not yet. First, I want the footage. I want their faces, their names, and every place they went after leaving that center. Daniel nodded. There was also someone who helped her? Adrian looked at him. A woman named Amara Ease. Find her too. Daniel hesitated. Do you believe she knew who Mrs. Cole was? My mother says she did not. Then why are we searching for her? Because she saved my mother while everyone else watched. Daniel gave a slow nod and left. Less than an hour later, Adrian stood inside Colteca's private security room. Screens covered the walls. Musa, the head of security, sat before a large computer while Daniel stood beside him. We received the outside camera recording, Musa said. Play it. The video began. Adrian watched his mother appear on the screen, walking slowly with her shopping bag. Then the 3 young people blocked her path. The young man took her handbag. Adrian stepped closer to the screen. There was no sound, but he could see everything. He saw his mother reach for the bag. He saw the girl point her phone at Evelyn's face. He saw people gather without helping. Pause it, Adrian said. Musa stopped the video. Adrian pointed at one of the security guards near the shopping center door. What was he doing? Watching, Daniel replied. He is a guard. Yes, sir. He watched an old woman get robbed outside the building he was paid to protect. Daniel did not answer. Adrian stared at the frozen image. Continue. The video moved again. Amara entered the camera view. She was taller than many of the people around her. Her faded black shirt showed her strong arms, and her dusty work boots looked heavy. She walked straight toward the bullies without slowing down. The young man moved closer to her. Amara did not step back. Then Adrian saw his mother lose her balance. Amara moved so quickly that the camera barely caught it. One moment, Evelyn was falling. The next, Amara was on one knee, holding her away from the broken glass. Pause it, Adrian said again. The room became silent. He looked at the image of Amara holding his mother. She did not even think, he said quietly. Musa nodded. She reacted at once. Play the rest. They watched Amara face the bullies. They watched the shopping center manager order her to leave. Then they saw the crowd finally begin to speak after Amara refused to move. When the video ended, Adrian remained silent. Daniel looked at him. What would you like us to do? I want the names of those 3 bullies. We are already searching. I also want the name of that manager and both guards. Yes, sir. And Amara? Musa opened a second file on the screen. We found another camera angle. It caught her entering the shopping center earlier. She wore an employee card from Westport Storage Warehouse. Have you confirmed it? We called the warehouse, and Amara Ease works there. Adrian turned toward him. What do we know? Musa read from the screen. She is 29 years old. She works 6 days a week, mostly loading and checking goods. She has been there for almost 4 years. Family? Her mother died when she was young. Her father, Samuel Ease, died 2 years ago. Daniel looked over Musa's shoulder. There is something else. What? Her father owned a small training center in Suralire. It is called Ease Strength House. A gym, more like a local training center. He trained young people, workers, and some children who could not afford bigger gyms. Does Amara own it now? Yes, but it is almost closed. Adrian's eyes narrowed. Why? The building needs repairs. The roof leaks, some equipment is broken. and there are unpaid loans connected to the property. How much? Daniel told him the amount. Adrian looked surprised. It was not large to him. He could spend more than that during one company dinner. Yet to Amara, it was enough to take away everything her father had built. Does she owe rent? No. Her father owned the small building, but he borrowed money for repairs before he died. The bank gave Amara more time, but the final payment date is close. Has she asked anyone for help? Musa shook his head. Not that we can see. She works extra hours. She also trains a few people at the center in the evenings. Adrian looked back at the frozen camera image of Amara helping Evelyn. She is working at a warehouse all day and trying to save that place at night? Yes. Does she have any police record? No. Any trouble at work? Daniel scrolled through the report. One warning. For what? She argued with a supervisor 6 months ago. Why? The supervisor tried to remove money from another worker's pay after the worker got hurt. Adrian almost smiled. Of course. Daniel looked at him. Sir. Nothing. At that moment, Adrian's phone rang. It was Evelyn. He answered at once. What did the doctor say? That I am fine. He also said you worry too much. I paid him to check your health, not to judge me. He was right. Adrian turned toward the screen. We found Amara. There was silence on the line. Already. She works at Westport Storage Warehouse. Then go and thank her. I will. And do not send someone else. I said I will go. Evelyn's voice became softer. What did you learn about her? Adrian looked at the report in Daniel's hand. She is struggling. With what? Her father left her a small training center. She may lose it soon. Evelyn became quiet. Adrian continued. She could have asked you for anything today, but she did not even give you her phone number. That is because she did not help me for a reward. How can you be sure? Because I saw her face. She was angry at what they were doing, not excited about what she might gain. Adrian stared at Amara's image once more. He had met many people who smiled when they wanted something from him. Some wanted contracts. Some wanted jobs. Some wanted money, power, or a place beside him. He had learned to question every kind of action. But Amara had not known Evelyn was the mother of a billionaire. She had only seen an old woman in danger. If you're enjoying this video so far, consider subscribing to my small channel. My wife promised to make me a chocolate chip cookies if I hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of 2026. So it would mean the world to me. That's it, and thanks for listening this far. Now let's continue. After the call ended, Daniel asked, should I arrange a meeting with her? No. Would you like her brought here? Adrian's face hardened. She is not a criminal. No one is bringing her anywhere. I only meant that we could invite her. She refused to give my mother her number. She may also refuse an invitation from a stranger. So what will you do? Adrian picked up his suit jacket from the back of a chair. I am going to the warehouse. Daniel looked at the expensive suit Adrian was wearing. Like that. Adrian looked down at himself. Good point. Less than 30 minutes later, he changed into a plain dark shirt and simple trousers. He removed his gold watch and left it inside his desk drawer. Still, nothing could fully hide the way he carried himself. As he walked toward the private lift, Daniel followed him. Do you want security to come? One car. They stay outside. And what will you tell Amara? Adrian entered the lift and faced the closing doors. I will tell her that my mother wants to thank her. Will you tell her who you are? The lift doors began to close. Adrian paused. Not yet, he said. The black car stopped across the road from Westport Storage Warehouse. Adrian looked through the window at the large gray building. Trucks moved in and out through a wide metal gate. Workers carried boxes, checked papers, and shouted over the loud sound of machines. Daniel sat beside him. Do you still want security to remain outside? Yes. And you are sure you do not want me to come with you? Adrian opened the door. You ask too many questions. That is part of my job. Then do your job from the car. Daniel gave him a worried look. The warehouse manager knows you are coming. Adrian stopped. Why? I called to make sure Amara was working today. What did you tell him? That someone wanted to speak with her. You did not give him my name? No. Good. Adrian stepped out of the car and crossed the road. He wore a plain dark shirt and simple black trousers, but even without his expensive suit, he did not look like an ordinary visitor. His shoulders were straight, his shoes were spotless, and he walked as if every door would open for him. A guard stopped him at the gate. Who are you looking for? Amara Ease. The guard looked him over. Are you her family? No. Friend? No. The guard frowned. Then who are you? My name is Adrian. I need to thank her for helping my mother. The guard's face softened. You are the son of the old woman from the shopping center? Yes. The guard pointed toward the main building. She is inside, near loading area 3. Adrian entered the warehouse. The air smelled of dust, wood, and engine oil. Tall shelves filled the building from floor to roof. Heavy boxes were stacked on wooden boards, and small machines carried goods from one side to another. Adrian found Amara near the back. She was standing beside a truck, holding a large box against her chest. Sweat covered her forehead, but she moved without slowing down. She placed the box onto a cart and reached for another one. A male worker laughed. Amara, leave some work for the rest of us. You were complaining about your back 5 minutes ago, she replied. My back is fine now. Then carry that crate. The worker looked at the heavy crate and quickly walked away. Amara shook her head, then noticed Adrian. She studied him for a few seconds. Can I help you? Are you Amara Ease? Yes. My name is Adrian. She waited for him to continue. My mother is Evelyn Cole. Amara's face changed. The woman from the shopping center? Yes. Is she all right? She is fine. A doctor checked her. Amara released a slow breath. Good. I was worried about her chest. She told me what you did. I only helped her. You caught her before she fell onto broken glass. Anyone close enough would have done the same. Adrian looked around the warehouse. Many people were close enough. Amara wiped her hands on a cloth. They were afraid. You were not. I was angry. At them. At everyone. Adrian raised an eyebrow. Everyone. The bullies, the guards, the manager, and the people standing there with their phones. That old woman was begging, and they acted as if it was a show. Adrian watched her face. There was no pride in her voice. She did not speak like someone trying to impress him. She still looked angry about what had happened. My mother wanted me to thank you, he said. You already did. I also wanted to give you something. Amara's eyes narrowed. What? Adrian reached into his pocket and pulled out a white envelope. Amara looked at it but did not touch it. What is inside? Money. No. You do not even know how much. It does not matter. My mother could have been badly hurt, but she was not. Because of you. Amara turned toward the cart and picked up another box. Keep your money. Adrian stepped closer. It is not charity. It looks like charity. It is a reward. I did not enter a contest. Adrian stared at her. Most people accepted his money before he finished offering it. Amara acted as if the envelope annoyed her. You are refusing without thinking, he said. She placed the box down harder than before. I have thought about it. For 3 seconds. That was enough. You work in a warehouse. I am sure there are things you need. Amara slowly faced him. Her eyes had become cold. And what does that mean? Adrian realized his mistake. I did not mean to insult you. You looked at my clothes, my job, and my hands, then decided I must need your money. I was told you are trying to save your father's training center. Amara froze. The noise of the warehouse seemed to fade around them. How do you know about that? Adrian did not answer at once. She stepped toward him. I asked you a question. My mother wanted to find you. So you searched my life? We needed your name and address. You needed my address to say thank you? I wanted to know who helped her. Amara folded her arms. You mean you wanted to know if I was dangerous? Adrian held her gaze. I wanted to know why a stranger helped my mother. Because she needed help. People do not always do things for simple reasons. Maybe the people around you do not. The words hit him harder than he expected. Amara pointed at the envelope. Take that back. You could use it for the training center. My father built that place with his own hands. I will not save it using money I received for doing one good thing. Pride will not fix a leaking roof. And money will not make me owe you. You would owe me nothing. That is easy for rich people to say. Adrian almost told her who he was, but he stopped himself. I am only trying to thank you. Then tell your mother I am happy she is safe. That is enough. A supervisor called from across the floor. Amara, we need those boxes moved now. I am coming. She turned away from Adrian. He put the envelope back into his pocket. You always end conversations like this? When people refuse to listen. I listened. No. You waited for your turn to speak. Before Adrian could answer, a loud metal sound came from the far side of the warehouse. Everyone turned. A lifting machine had stopped beside one of the high shelves. Its warning light flashed. A worker named Emeka stood on a platform several feet above the floor, trying to pull a damaged wooden board away from the shelf. Stop! Amara shouted. Emeka looked down. What? That board is breaking. A sharp crack filled the building. The wooden board split. Several heavy boxes leaned forward. Emeka, move! The supervisor yelled. Emeka tried to step back, but his safety belt had caught around a metal bar. I am stuck, he screamed. The first box fell and hit the side of the platform. The machine shook. Emeka grabbed the railing with both hands. Workers scattered. Turn the machine off, someone shouted. It is already locked. Another box slid toward the edge. Amara ran. Adrian caught her arm. What are you doing? He cannot move. The boxes could fall on you. She pulled free. Then stay back. Amara climbed onto the lower part of the machine. The supervisor shouted, Get down! Both of you could die. If that platform falls, he will die anyway. Emeka looked down at her. His face was wet with tears. Amara, help me. I am coming. Do not pull the belt. The shelf groaned again. Adrian looked up and saw that the largest box was moving. Amara, he shouted. You have seconds. I know. She climbed higher, reached the platform, and grabbed the trapped belt. It is too tight, Emeka cried. Stand still. I cannot. Look at me, Amara said. Emeka's eyes moved to hers. You are not falling today. Do you hear me? The platform tilted. Emeka screamed. Amara wrapped one arm around the metal rail and pulled the belt with the other hand. Her muscles tightened as she fought against it. It will not move, Emeka said. It will. The largest box dropped. Adrian rushed forward and pulled a worker out of its path. The box struck the floor and burst open, sending machine parts across the ground. Amara, hurry! Adrian shouted. She gave the belt one final pull. The metal hook bent. Emeka came free. Climb down, she ordered. The machine shook again, and one side of the platform dropped. Emeka slipped. Amara caught the back of his shirt and held him against the railing. Do not let me go, he cried. I have you. Adrian climbed onto the lower step. Amara looked down at him. I told you to stay back, and I did not listen. Get ready to catch him. Emeka climbed down toward Adrian. Adrian took his arm and helped him reach the ground. Amara followed just as the damaged platform broke away and crashed behind her. The whole warehouse became silent. Amara jumped down. Emeka threw his arms around her. You saved me. You are fine, she said, breathing hard. Sit down before you fall. The supervisor rushed forward. What were you thinking? Amara faced him. That machine should never have been used. I reported the damaged lock last week. This is not the time. This is exactly the time. Someone almost died. The supervisor looked around at the watching workers and lowered his voice. We will discuss it later. No. You will shut down every machine with a fault before anyone returns to work. You do not give orders here. She is right, Adrian said. The supervisor turned. Who are you? Adrian looked at the broken platform, then at Amara. He had come to meet a woman who had saved his mother. Now he had watched her risk her life for a worker who had nothing to give her. My name is Adrian, he replied, and I think you should listen to her. Amara looked at him, still breathing heavily. For the first time since he arrived, there was no anger in her eyes. There was only surprise. Adrian slowly looked toward the white envelope inside his pocket. He understood now why Amara had refused it. She did not want to be paid for being kind. She wanted people to do what was right. Amara kept staring at Adrian as workers gathered around the broken machine. The supervisor looked angry, but he also looked afraid. Too many people had seen what happened, and too many workers had heard Amara say she had reported the damaged machine days earlier. You need to leave, the supervisor told Adrian. Adrian did not move. I said she was right, he replied. That machine should have been repaired. This is company business. A worker nearly died. And who are you to question me? Adrian looked at Amara. Someone who knows when a manager has failed. The supervisor stepped closer. Get out before I call security. Amara moved between them. Adrian, you should go. He looked surprised. You are defending him? No. I am stopping this from becoming worse. He is trying to blame you. I know. He ignored your warning. I know that too. The supervisor pointed at Amara. You are suspended until we finish checking what happened. The workers began to protest. That is not fair, Emeka said from where he sat on the floor. She saved me. The supervisor raised his voice. Everyone returned to work. No one should return to work near those machines, Amara said. You are suspended, Amara. Go home. She stared at him for several seconds. Her jaw was tight, but she did not shout. She removed her work gloves and placed them on a nearby box. Fine, she said. But if another worker gets hurt because you refuse to repair those machines, I will tell the police, the safety office, and every news station that will listen. The supervisor's face became pale. Amara walked toward the exit. Adrian followed her. Outside the warehouse, the sun was hot and the road was full of noise. Amara stopped near the gate and turned to face him. Why are you following me? Because you were just suspended. I noticed. This happened because you saved someone. No, this happened because my manager does not like being told he is wrong. Adrian pulled out his phone. I can make one call. Amara frowned. To whom? I know people. That is not an answer. I can make sure they investigate the warehouse. And what will you ask for in return? Nothing. You already tried that line with the envelope. Adrian lowered the phone. You think every offer is a trap. I think people with money like to act helpful until they want something. You do not even know how much money I have. Enough to search my life, bring an envelope to my job, and speak like every problem can be fixed with a phone call. Adrian almost smiled. You are very difficult. And you are very proud. You refused help before I finished speaking. You insulted me before you understood me. They stood facing each other while trucks passed behind them. Then Emeka came out through the gate with two workers helping him walk. He had a small cut on his arm, but he was smiling. Amara, he called. She hurried to him. You should be sitting down. I wanted to thank you again. You already did. No, listen to me. I thought I was going to die up there. His smile disappeared. I heard the wood breaking. I could not move. Everyone was shouting, but you came toward me. Amara placed a hand on his shoulder. You would have done the same for me. Emeka looked away. I do not know if I would have been brave enough. Amara did not answer. Emeka looked at Adrian. You helped too. Only a little, Adrian replied. You climbed onto the machine. Because she told me to catch you. Amara raised an eyebrow. So you do listen sometimes. Adrian looked at her. Only when the order makes sense. Emeka laughed, then winced and held his arm. Go to the hospital, Amara said. The company nurse said I am fine. The company also said that machine was safe. Emeka's smile vanished. Adrian called Daniel and gave him the address of a private clinic. "A driver will take you," Adrian said. "The bill is covered." Emeka stared at him. "Who are you?" "Just a friend of Amara's." "We are not friends," Amara said quickly. Adrian looked at her. "Not yet." Before she could reply, a black car stopped nearby. Daniel stepped out and opened the rear door. Evelyn Cole emerged slowly. Amara's eyes widened. "You should be at home resting," she said. Evelyn smiled. "That sounds like something my son would say." She walked toward Amara and took both her hands. "I came because Adrian told me what happened." "You sent him to follow me?" "I sent him to thank you." "He tried to pay me." Evelyn turned to Adrian. "I told you not to frighten her." "I did not frighten her." "You searched my life," Amara said. Evelyn gave her son a disappointed look. "I needed to find her," Adrian replied. "You found her workplace," Evelyn said. "You did not need to study her whole history." Adrian looked uncomfortable. Amara almost smiled. Evelyn turned back to her. "He worries too much, and sometimes he forgets how normal people speak." "Mother." "What?" "It is true." Amara looked between them. "He told me his name was Adrian. He did not tell me anything else." Evelyn's smile faded slightly. "He is my son," she said. "I know that. I mean, he helps manage some of our family projects." Adrian looked at his mother. She gave him a warning look that told him not to speak. Amara noticed the silent exchange but said nothing. Evelyn continued. "My family funds a community center in Surulere. It has been closed for months because the building is in poor shape. We are preparing to rebuild it." "That is good," Amara said. "I want you to help us." Amara blinked. "Help how?" "The center needs a new training room, a safe exercise area, and programs for young people. Adrian told me about your father's training center." Amara's face became serious again. "So this is another reward?" "No," Evelyn replied. "It is a job. I already have a job." "You were just suspended," Adrian said. Amara turned to him. "That does not mean I am unemployed. It may by tomorrow." "Adrian," Evelyn warned. He raised his hands. "I am only being honest." Amara looked back at Evelyn. "Why me?" "Because you understand training. You understand hard work. You also know what can happen when people ignore safety. I am not an engineer. We have engineers. What we need is someone who understands the people who will use the center." Amara remained quiet. Evelyn squeezed her hands gently. "You would be paid for your time. You would not owe us anything. You would help choose the equipment, speak with local families, and make sure the center is useful." Amara glanced at Adrian. "And what would he do?" "I would manage the project," Adrian replied. She folded her arms. "Of course. What does that mean?" "It means you will stand in clean shoes and tell everyone else how to work." Adrian looked down at his shoes. "They are not that clean anymore." Evelyn laughed. Amara tried not to, but a small smile escaped. Evelyn saw it. "Come to the center tomorrow morning. Look at the work before you decide." Amara shook her head. "I do not want special treatment because I helped you." "You will not receive special treatment. I want the same rules as everyone else." "You will have them. I want every payment written down." "Agreed." "I will not accept gifts." "Agreed." "If I am not doing the job well, you can remove me." Evelyn nodded. "And if we do not treat you fairly, you can leave." Amara looked at Adrian. "Will he listen when I speak?" Adrian answered before Evelyn could. "I listen. You wait for your turn to speak." "I have been thinking about that." "Have you?" "Yes." "And?" Adrian sighed. "You may have been right." Amara stared at him. "Was that an apology?" "Do not make too much of it." "It was almost an apology." Evelyn smiled. "Tomorrow at 9? Amara looked toward the warehouse gate. She could hear workers arguing inside. She thought about the unpaid bills at her father's training center. She thought about the roof that leaked each time it rained. "One day," she said, "I will look at the center for one day." "That is all I am asking," Evelyn replied. The next morning, Amara arrived at the old community center before 9. The building stood at the end of a busy street. Its walls were cracked, the windows were dusty, and weeds had grown around the entrance. Several children played football nearby with a flat ball. Adrian was waiting outside in a plain shirt, work trousers, and heavy boots. Amara looked at him from head to toe. "What?" he asked. "You dressed like a worker." "I am working. We will see." He handed her a safety helmet. She put it on. "What is the first job?" "We need to inspect the training room." They entered the building together. Inside, dust covered the floor. Broken chairs filled one corner, and part of the ceiling had fallen near the back wall. Amara looked around slowly. "This place needs more than paint," she said. "I know. The floor is weak. I know. The windows are too small. I know." She turned to him. "Then why did you bring me?" "Because I want to know what I do not know." That answer surprised her. They walked through the rooms while builders measured walls and carried tools. Adrian explained where he wanted the new offices and storage areas. Amara stopped him several times. "You cannot put the training room there." "Why?" "It is too far from the main door. That gives people privacy. It also makes it harder to move someone outside during an emergency." Adrian thought about it. "Fine, we will move it." Later, he pointed toward a space near the windows. "We can place heavy equipment there." "No. Why not?" "The floor slopes. It can be repaired." "It must be repaired before the equipment arrives." "I know how building work is done." "Then stop planning around work that has not been finished." Adrian looked annoyed. "You challenge everything I say. You hired me to notice problems." "I did not hire you. Your mother did." "That is even worse." Amara laughed before she could stop herself. Adrian stared at her, then began to laugh too. For the first time, their argument did not feel angry. By midday, they had moved old chairs, marked unsafe areas, and made a list of changes. Adrian carried boxes with the workers instead of only giving orders. Amara noticed that he did not complain when his shirt became dusty. As they stood inside the empty training room, Adrian handed her a bottle of water. "You were right about the windows," he said. "And the floor. And the floor. And the emergency door." He sighed. "Do not push your luck." Amara took the water. "You work harder than I expected," she said. "That sounds like a compliment. Do not make too much of it." Adrian smiled. Outside, Evelyn watched them from her car. She saw them disagree over the plans, then bend over the same page and work together until they found an answer. Amara and Adrian still did not trust each other fully, but for the first time, they were beginning to see that strength did not always mean winning an argument. Sometimes it meant listening. For the next 3 weeks, Amara and Adrian worked at the community center almost every day. At first, they argued over nearly everything. Adrian wanted new machines that looked modern and expensive. Amara wanted machines that were strong, simple, and easy to repair. "The children do not need screens on every machine," she told him one morning. "The screens track progress. They also break. They come with a 5-year promise." "And what happens after 5 years?" Adrian looked at the paper in his hand. "We replace them." "With what money?" "Our money." Amara shook her head. "You keep talking like money never ends. For this project, it will not. That is what rich people always think before a project is forgotten." Adrian lowered the paper. "You believe we will forget this place?" "I believe people like opening buildings more than they like taking care of them." He stared at her for a moment. Then he called one of the workers. "Add a repair fund to the plan," he said. Amara raised an eyebrow. "You agreed with me? Do not sound so shocked." "I am trying to stay calm." Their arguments slowly changed. They still spoke strongly, but they no longer tried to win. They tried to find the best answer. Amara spoke with local mothers, young workers, and children. She asked what they needed instead of guessing. One mother said, "My daughter wants to exercise, but she is afraid of being laughed at." Amara answered, "Then we will have women-only hours." A young boy said, "Can we have boxing lessons?" You can have safe training, Amara replied. No fighting in the street. An old man asked for chairs where older people could rest. Adrian wrote everything down. You listen better now, Amara said. I always listened. You are doing it again. What? Waiting for your turn to speak. He sighed. Fine. I listen better now. The center began to change. The cracked walls were repaired. New windows brought sunlight into the rooms. The weak floor was replaced, and a wide emergency door was added near the training hall. One afternoon, Amara stood in the middle of the new room and looked around. This place feels alive again, she said. Adrian stood beside her. We are not finished. It is still better than before. You did most of this. We all did. The workers followed your plan. Because I asked what they thought. They do not speak to me like that. Amara smiled. Maybe because you walk around with that serious face. What serious face? That one. This is my normal face. That is the problem. Adrian tried not to laugh, but he failed. Their friendship grew during long days of work. Sometimes they ate simple food from a small shop across the street. Adrian never complained, even when the tables shook or when the soup was too hot. Amara began to see that he was not only proud. He was also careful, quiet, and afraid of making mistakes. Adrian began to understand that Amara's strong words were not meant to hurt him. She spoke that way because she had spent years being ignored. On the final day of the project, Evelyn visited the center. Children ran through the clean halls, and workers tested the new equipment. Evelyn walked slowly beside Amara. You brought this place back, she said. The team did. You always move praise away from yourself. I do not like standing in the middle. Evelyn looked toward Adrian, who was speaking to a builder. My son spends his whole life in the middle. Amara smiled. I noticed. There is a company event on Saturday. Amara's smile faded. What kind of event? A large one. Coltech is showing a new project. What does that have to do with me? The community center will be part of the presentation. You should be there. Amara looked at Adrian. Is that the company where he works? Evelyn paused. Yes. What does he do there? Evelyn looked uncomfortable. He manages important projects. Amara narrowed her eyes. What does that mean? Before Evelyn could answer, Adrian walked toward them. Mother, Daniel is waiting for you. Evelyn gave him a long look. You should tell her. Tell me what? Amara asked. Adrian looked at her, then at the children nearby. Not here. Amara folded her arms. That sounds bad. It is not bad. Then say it. He took a slow breath. Come to the event on Saturday. I will explain everything. I do not like surprises. I know. Then stop giving me one. Adrian looked guilty, and that made her even more worried. Still, Evelyn asked her again. Please come. The center deserves to be seen. Amara finally agreed. On Saturday evening, a car arrived at her small home. She wore a simple dark green dress that reached below her knees. It was not expensive, but it fitted her strong body well. She tied her hair back and wore the small gold earrings her father had given her years ago. When she reached the event hall, she stopped outside. The building was larger than any place she had ever entered. Bright lights covered the entrance. Cameras flashed as important guests stepped out of luxury cars. Amara looked at the driver. Are you sure this is the right place? Yes, ma'am. I am not a ma'am. The driver smiled. Tonight you are. Inside, the hall was filled with business leaders, famous people, and workers in fine clothes. Large screens showed new machines, apps, and tall Coltech buildings. Amara felt every eye turn toward her. She stood taller and kept walking. Evelyn found her first. You look beautiful, she said. I feel lost. You belong here. I do not think everyone agrees. Evelyn followed her eyes. Several women were whispering near a table. Do not mind them. Easy for you to say. A voice came from the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and chief executive officer of Coltech, Mr. Adrian Cole. The room filled with applause. Amara slowly turned toward the stage. Adrian walked into the light wearing a black suit. His face appeared on every large screen. Behind him were pictures of Coltech offices across Africa and other parts of the world. Amara stopped breathing for a second. Adrian Cole, founder, chief executive officer, billionaire businessman. The truth hit her all at once. He had not been a project manager. He owned the company. He had stood beside her in dusty work clothes while hiding who he was. Adrian looked into the crowd and found her face. Her shock quickly changed into anger. When the speech ended, Adrian came down from the stage and walked toward her. Amara, she stepped back. You lied to me. I did not lie. You let me believe you were an ordinary worker. I wanted you to know me before you knew the company. That was not your choice to make. I was going to tell you. When? After I trusted you. Please, let me explain. You searched my whole life, but you hid yours. I was trying to protect myself. From me. From everyone. Amara's eyes filled with pain, but she refused to look away. I am not everyone. I know that now. You should have known when I refused your money. A woman in a silver dress approached them. She was tall, beautiful, and carried herself like she owned the room. Adrian, she said, the investors are asking for you. He did not look at her. Not now, Vanessa. Vanessa Blake turned toward Amara. Her eyes moved slowly over the simple green dress, the strong arms, and the old gold earrings. So this is her, Vanessa said. Amara looked at Adrian. Her? Vanessa smiled without kindness. The warehouse woman. Adrian's face hardened. Be careful. I am only asking a question. No, you are trying to insult her. Vanessa looked around. Several guests had already begun listening. She raised her voice. Should we not be honest? A poor woman saves your mother, enters your family project, and suddenly appears at the biggest company event of the year. Amara's hands tightened at her sides. Adrian stepped closer to Vanessa. Stop! Vanessa ignored him. She refused one envelope because she wanted something bigger. People around them became silent. Amara looked at Vanessa. You do not know me. I know your type. My type. Vanessa smiled. A woman who sees a rich man and calls it love before he can see the trap. The words moved through the crowd like fire. Phones rose. Whispers spread. Adrian's voice became cold. That is enough. Vanessa pointed at Amara. You may have fooled Evelyn, and you may have fooled Adrian, but you will not fool me. You do not belong in this world. Amara looked at the guests watching her. Then she looked at Adrian. He had hidden the truth. Now she stood inside his world while strangers judged her as if she had come to steal it. She lifted her chin and faced Vanessa. You are right about one thing, Amara said calmly. I do not belong in a room where money makes people cruel. Then she turned and walked toward the exit while every camera followed her. Amara had almost reached the exit when Evelyn caught up with her. Amara, please wait. Amara stopped but did not turn around. I should never have come here, she said. Evelyn moved in front of her. Do not leave because of Vanessa. I am not leaving because of her. Then why? Amara finally looked back at Adrian. He was still standing near the stage while guests watched them. I am leaving because your son lied to me. Adrian walked toward them. I wanted to tell you myself, he said. But you did not. I was afraid everything would change. It has changed. Because you know I own a company? Because you decided I could not be trusted with the truth. Adrian lowered his voice. Amara, please give me one chance to explain. Vanessa followed him, wearing the same cold smile. She has already caused enough trouble, Vanessa said. Let her go. Evelyn turned sharply. No one asked you. Vanessa's smile faded. Amara opened her small handbag and removed the event card Evelyn had given her. She held it out. I came because I thought the community center was being honored. I did not come to meet rich men or enter anyone's family. Evelyn refused to take the card. You earned your place here. Maybe at the center. Not here. Before Evelyn could answer, a loud voice came from behind them. My necklace is gone. The guests turned. A woman in a blue gown stood near one of the tables, touching her empty neck. Her face was filled with fear. "My diamond necklace," she cried. "It was here a moment ago." Security guards moved through the crowd. Vanessa looked surprised, but only for a second. "When did you last see it?" Adrian asked. "Before the speech," the woman replied. "I removed it because the lock felt loose. I placed it inside a small white box on the table." One guard checked beneath the table. "There is no box here." Whispers spread through the hall. Adrian raised his hand. "No one leaves until security checks the room." Amara looked at him. "Then check quickly. I want to go." Vanessa watched Amara carefully. "You seem nervous," she said. Amara's face hardened. "I am angry, not nervous." Vanessa stepped closer. "You were standing near that table earlier. So were 20 other people. But the rest of them belong here." Evelyn moved between them. "Do not start this again." Vanessa faced the head of security. "Check her bag." The entire hall became silent. Amara stared at Vanessa. "You want them to search me? If you have nothing to hide, why should it matter?" "It matters because you have already decided I am guilty." Adrian looked at the security guard, then at Amara. The woman in the blue gown began to cry. "That necklace belonged to my mother," she said. "Please, I need it back." The security chief approached Amara carefully. "Ma'am, may we check your bag?" Evelyn shook her head. "No." Adrian took a slow breath. "Mother, if we do not check it, people will keep accusing her. You should be telling them to stop. I am trying to clear this quickly." Amara looked at Adrian. "Do you believe I took it?" "No." His answer came quickly, but his eyes moved toward her bag. Amara saw the doubt. It was small, but it was there. Her face changed. "You searched my past," she said. "You watched me save your mother. You watched me risk my life for Emeka. You worked beside me for weeks. And you still need to look inside my bag." Adrian stepped toward her. "I said I do not believe you took it." "Then why are you allowing this?" "Because if we search everyone, no one can say you were protected." Vanessa gave a small laugh. "Search everyone? We could be here all night. Start with the person who needs money." Amara's eyes filled with anger. Evelyn pointed at Vanessa. "One more word and you will leave this building." Vanessa did not look afraid. "Search the bag," Amara said. Evelyn turned to her. "You do not have to do this." "Yes, I do." Amara handed her handbag to the security chief. "Open it here," she said. "Let everyone see." The man placed the bag on a table. He removed Amara's phone, keys, a small purse, and a folded cloth. Then his hand stopped. He looked inside again. "What is it?" Adrian asked. The security chief slowly pulled out a small white jewelry box. Gasps filled the hall. Amara stared at it. "That is not mine." The woman in blue rushed forward. "My box." The guard opened it. A bright diamond necklace lay inside. Every phone in the room lifted higher. Vanessa covered her mouth, pretending to be shocked. "I knew it." Amara looked from the necklace to Adrian. "I did not put that in my bag." Adrian's face was pale. "Amara, tell me what happened." "I just did." Vanessa stepped forward. She was leaving in a hurry because she knew the necklace would be found. "I was leaving because you insulted me." "You expect us to believe that?" "I do not care what you believe." The security chief moved closer. "Ma'am, we may need to call the police." Evelyn stood beside Amara. "No one is calling the police until we know the truth." "The necklace was inside her bag," Vanessa said. Evelyn faced her. "And my handbag was inside the hands of a bully this afternoon. Did that make it his?" "That is different." "No, it is not. Finding something in someone's hand or bag does not explain how it got there." Adrian looked toward the ceiling. "The cameras." Everyone turned toward him. Amara's eyes narrowed. "Yes," she said. "Check the cameras." Vanessa became still. Adrian called the security chief closer. "I want every recording from this hall. Start from the moment the necklace was placed in the box." Vanessa folded her arms. This is wasting time. Amara looked straight at her. Afraid of what they might find? Why would I be afraid? Then wait. The guests moved toward the large screens near the stage. Daniel joined the security team inside a control room. Minutes passed. Amara stood beside Evelyn while Adrian remained a few steps away. He tried to speak, but Amara stopped him. Not now. I should have defended you faster. You should not have needed time to decide. I did not decide you were guilty. You looked at that necklace and wondered. Adrian lowered his eyes. I am sorry. Amara's voice shook, but she kept it low. Sorry does not remove the way everyone looked at me. Before Adrian could answer, Daniel appeared near the stage. We found something. The room became silent again. A video appeared on the largest screen. It showed the woman in blue removing her necklace and placing it inside the white box. She spoke to another guest and walked away. The recording continued. Vanessa's assistant, Clara, approached the table. She looked around, picked up the box, and hid it beneath a cloth. Vanessa's face lost all color. That proves nothing, she said quickly. Perhaps she was moving it somewhere safe. Keep playing, Amara said. The next camera view showed Clara walking behind Amara while Evelyn was speaking to her near the entrance. Amara's handbag hung from the back of a chair. Clara glanced toward Vanessa. Vanessa gave a small nod. Clara opened Amara's bag and pushed the white box inside. A loud cry rose from the crowd. The footage stopped on Vanessa's face. Adrian slowly turned toward her. You planned this. Vanessa shook her head. No. Clara acted alone. Clara stood near the wall, trembling. Tell them, Vanessa ordered. Tell them I had nothing to do with it. Clara looked at the screen, then at the security guards moving toward her. Tears filled her eyes. She told me to do it, Clara whispered. Vanessa stepped back. She promised me money, Clara continued. She said Amara was dangerous and had to be removed before she trapped Adrian. Evelyn's face became hard. Adrian looked around the hall at the guests who had judged Amara only minutes earlier. Then he looked at Amara. Her name had been cleared, but she did not look relieved. She looked hurt. Amara picked up her handbag from the table and placed her things inside. No one tried to stop her. Before leaving, she faced the crowd. You saw a necklace in my bag, and that was enough for many of you to call me a thief, she said. But none of you asked who touched the bag before me. Her eyes moved to Adrian. I asked for the cameras because the truth does not care how rich or poor a person is. Then Amara walked out of the hall while the guests stood in silence behind her. Amara stepped outside the event hall and kept walking. Behind her, the doors opened. Amara, wait! She knew Adrian's voice, but she did not stop. He hurried down the steps and caught up with her near the road. Please, he said, just give me 1 minute. Amara turned so quickly that he almost walked into her. 1 minute for what? To explain. You already had time to explain. I was trying to understand what happened. You saw the necklace in my bag and looked at me like I had become a stranger. I was shocked. So was I. I never called you a thief. You did not have to. Adrian's face tightened. What does that mean? It means I saw your eyes. For 1 second, you believed it could be true. No. Yes. I was looking at the evidence. Amara gave a short, painful laugh. The evidence? The necklace was in your bag. And after everything you knew about me, that was enough to make you doubt me. I did not know how it got there. You did not ask that first. You asked me what happened, like I had an answer for why stolen jewelry was inside my bag. Adrian stepped closer. I was under pressure. Everyone was watching. So you cared more about the room than you cared about me. That is not fair. Was it fair when Vanessa called me poor in front of everyone? Was it fair when your guard emptied my bag on a table? Was it fair when people raised their phones before anyone checked the cameras? I stopped them from calling the police. Evelyn came out through the doors and heard his last words. That is not enough, she said. Adrian turned. Mother, I am trying to fix this. You cannot fix it by telling her what you prevented. You should have stood beside her before the box was opened. Adrian looked back at Amara. I am sorry. Amara's eyes became wet, but she blinked the tears away. I believe you are sorry. Then let me make it right. You cannot. I can speak to the guests. I can release the camera footage. I can make a public statement. You can tell the whole world I did not steal the necklace, but you cannot remove the moment when you wondered if I did. Adrian lowered his voice. What do you want me to say? The truth. I am telling you the truth. No. The truth is that you did not trust me when it mattered. The words left him silent. A car pulled up near the entrance. Amara opened the door. Evelyn touched her arm gently. Please call me when you get home. Amara nodded. Then she looked at Adrian one last time. You thought knowing my past meant you knew me. You were wrong. She entered the car and closed the door. Adrian stood beside the road as it drove away. The next morning, Amara woke to the sound of her phone ringing. She reached for it and saw more than 20 missed calls. There were messages from workers at the warehouse, people from the community center, and numbers she did not know. She opened the first message. A short video from the event filled the screen. It showed the white jewelry box being pulled from her bag. The recording ended before the camera footage proved she was innocent. Above it were cruel words calling her a thief and a woman trying to trap a billionaire. Amara opened another post. It showed her arguing with Vanessa. The words beneath it claimed she had entered the event to steal from rich guests. The comments were worse. Some people called her dangerous. Others laughed at her clothes. A few said she had helped Evelyn only because she wanted to enter Adrian's life. Amara's hands began to shake. She searched for the full camera footage, but she could not find it. Then her phone rang again. It was Emeka. Amara, have you seen the videos? Yes. They are lies. I know. People at work are talking. Her stomach tightened. What are they saying? The manager called a meeting this morning. Why? He said the warehouse cannot have workers bringing bad attention to the company. Amara stood from the bed. I was cleared. I told him that. What did he say? He said the public has already made up its mind. Amara closed her eyes. I am coming. When she reached the warehouse, the manager was waiting inside his office with the supervisor who had suspended her. A printed letter rested on the desk. The manager did not ask her to sit. Amara, we have decided to end your employment. She stared at him. Because of a lie? Because of the damage to the company. What damage? Customers have called us. Some people are asking why we employ a woman accused of theft. I was not accused after the footage was checked. I was proven innocent. The supervisor folded his arms. The first video has already spread. So you are punishing me because strangers did not wait for the truth? The manager looked uncomfortable. This is not personal. It feels personal. We have to protect the business. Amara pointed at the supervisor. Is this also because I reported the broken machine? The manager looked away. That is a separate matter. No, it is not. The supervisor stepped forward. You are always causing trouble. I saved a man's life, and now your name is all over the internet. My name is there because someone framed me. The manager pushed the letter toward her. The decision is final. Amara stared at the paper for a long moment. Then she picked it up. You knew that machine was unsafe, she said. You knew I had reported it. You suspended me for speaking. Now you are using this lie to remove me. No one answered. Amara walked out with her head high, but once she reached the street, she stopped beside a wall and pressed one hand against it. Her job was gone. By afternoon, the next blow came. She arrived at her father's training center and found a white notice on the door. The bank had sent a final warning. If she did not pay the overdue loan within 14 days, the building would be taken. Amara read the paper twice. Then she entered the empty training room and sat on an old bench. The broken fan turned slowly above her. Rainwater had stained one corner of the ceiling. Her father's old boxing gloves still hung on the wall. She looked at them and whispered, I am trying, Dad. Her phone rang. Adrian. She let it ring until it stopped. A minute later, it rang again. She answered, "What? I heard about the warehouse." "How?" "I made calls." "Of course you did. They had no right to fire you. They did it anyway. I can speak to the owner." "No. I can make sure they take you back. I do not want that job back." "Then let me help with the training center." Amara became still. "How do you know about the bank notice?" "I asked Daniel to check." "You searched again." "I was trying to protect you." "You keep using that word." "I can pay the full loan today." "No." "Amara, listen to me." "I am listening. The amount is nothing to me." "That is exactly why you do not understand." "I understand that you may lose your father's building. And you think money will make me forget what happened." "No. I think money will stop the bank." "At what cost?" "There is no cost. There is always a cost with you." Adrian's voice became tense. "I am not trying to buy you. It feels like you are. I am trying to help because Vanessa caused this. And because you feel guilty." "I do feel guilty. At least that part is honest." He went quiet. Then he said, "Let me fix one thing." Amara stood and walked toward the old wall where her father's picture hung. "You cannot fix trust with money." "I know. Do you?" "Yes." "Then stop offering it every time something goes wrong." "What do you want me to do?" Amara looked at the rain stain above her. "Tell the full truth." "I will. Not only to me, to everyone. I can release the camera footage tonight." "Do it. I will also clear your name publicly." "Do that too." "And the training center?" "I will save it myself." "You have 14 days." "I know. That is not enough time. It has to be." "Amara, please." Her voice became soft, but firm. "You can own the biggest company in Africa. You can make calls that open doors. You can pay bills without looking at the amount. But trust cannot be bought by a billionaire." Adrian said nothing. Amara continued, "You want to help me? Then prove you believe in me when there is nothing for you to gain." The call ended. That evening, Adrian sat alone in his office while Daniel stood near the door. "The full footage is ready," Daniel said. "Release it everywhere." "And the stories Vanessa spread? Answer every one of them with the truth." Daniel nodded. "What about Amara's loan?" Adrian looked down at his phone. "She refused the money. Will you still pay it?" "No." Daniel looked surprised. Adrian stood and faced the city through the glass. "For once, I am going to listen." The next morning, the full camera video spread across the internet. People finally saw Vanessa's assistant place the necklace inside Amara's bag. They saw Vanessa give the small nod. They heard Clara say Vanessa had paid her. Many people who had called Amara a thief began deleting their comments. Others wrote messages saying they were sorry. Adrian also made a public statement. "Amara Ease was innocent," he said before the cameras. "She was treated badly inside my company event, and I failed to stand beside her quickly enough. That failure was mine." Amara watched the video alone inside her father's training center. She did not smile, but she did not turn it off either. Adrian had kept his word. Still, the bank notice remained on the table. 14 days had become 12. That afternoon, Amara found a folder inside her old work bag. It held the final safety plans for the community center. Adrian had given them to her before the company event, but everything that happened had made her forget. She could have sent the papers with a driver. Instead, she decided to return them herself. She did not know why. Maybe she wanted to finish what she had started. Maybe she wanted to prove that anger would not stop her from doing the right thing. Coltech was busier than usual when she arrived. Large screens covered the front of the building. Workers rushed through the doors with boxes, wires, and machines. News teams waited outside. A guard recognized her. "Miss Ease." "Yes. Mr. Cole is preparing for the launch. I only came to return these papers." The guard looked at the folder. "You can leave them with me." Amara almost agreed, but then she saw Evelyn inside the main hall. Evelyn was standing near a group of schoolchildren, showing them a small computer device. Amara entered. Evelyn looked up and smiled. "You came." "I came to return this." She raised the folder. Evelyn walked toward her. Adrian will be happy to see you. I did not come to see Adrian. Of course not. Amara gave her a warning look. Evelyn laughed softly. I did not say anything. The main hall was filled with workers and guests. At the front stood a large machine surrounded by bright blue lights. Above it, a screen showed the name of Colteca's newest system. Adrian appeared near the stage. He saw Amara at once. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then he walked toward her. Hello, he said. Hello. You saw the statement? Yes. Was it enough? It was the truth. That is not what I asked. Amara looked around at the workers near them. This is not the time. Adrian nodded. What is in the folder? The final safety plans for the community center. You could have sent them. I know. Their eyes met. Before either of them could speak again, Daniel hurried over. Adrian, we have a problem. What problem? The backup power system is not answering. Adrian frowned. It passed every test yesterday. I know. Check it again. We did. The control room says several wires were cut. Amara looked at him. Cut. Daniel lowered his voice. Yes. Adrian's face became serious. Who had access? We are checking. A deep sound came from somewhere below the floor. The lights went off. The hall became dark. People screamed. A few seconds later, red warning lights flashed on the walls. Everyone stay calm, Adrian shouted. Then smoke began to rise from a side door. A worker yelled, Fire! The crowd rushed toward the main entrance. Do not run, Amara shouted. Move slowly. Keep the children together. Evelyn gathered two frightened children beside her. Adrian grabbed Daniel's arm. Where did it start? Near the power room. A second loud bang shook the building. Part of the ceiling near the side hall fell. The smoke became thicker. Security guards tried to guide people outside, but a metal door suddenly dropped between the main hall and the back offices. Several workers were trapped on the other side. Evelyn was with them. Mother! Adrian shouted. He ran toward the metal door. Evelyn hit the glass panel with her hand. Adrian! Smoke filled the room behind her. Adrian pulled at the door, but it did not move. The emergency lock is stuck, Daniel cried. Adrian kicked the door. Open it, a security worker shouted. The control system is dead. Amara looked around and saw a small service passage near the stage. Where does that lead? Daniel coughed. To the back hall. Can we reach them through it? It is narrow, and the smoke is spreading. Adrian moved toward it. Amara blocked him. You cannot go in there without knowing the way. My mother is trapped. And if you get lost, she loses you too. Move. No. Adrian's voice became hard. Amara, move. She held his eyes. I worked on the safety plans for the community center with your builders. The same company designed this floor. I know where the service path should turn. Adrian stared at her. You are not going alone. Then stay close. They entered the passage together. The smoke burned Amara's eyes. She pulled part of her dress over her nose and bent low. Keep your hand on the wall, she told Adrian. I can barely see. Then listen to me. They moved through the narrow path until they reached a locked service gate. Adrian pushed it. It will not open. Amara gripped the handle and pulled. The metal shook but stayed closed. Stand back, she said. She planted her feet, grabbed the handle with both hands, and pulled again. Her arms tightened as the weak lock began to bend. Adrian placed his hands beside hers. Together, they pulled. The lock broke. The gate flew open. They entered the back hall. Evelyn and 6 workers were trapped near a wall. One worker had fallen, and another was trying to lift him. Amara hurried over. What happened? A shelf fell on his leg, a woman replied. The injured man cried out. Leave me. The fire is coming. No one is leaving you, Amara said. She bent beside the shelf and lifted one side. Pull him out. Adrian and 2 workers dragged the man free. Flames appeared near the far door. We cannot go back that way, Evelyn said. Amara pointed toward the service passage. Everyone will use that path. It is too small, one worker said. It is big enough if we move one at a time. Adrian lifted the injured man with another worker. Mother, go first. Evelyn shook her head. The children outside need you. I am not leaving without you. Amara stepped closer. Evelyn, go now. He will follow. Evelyn looked at her, then nodded. One by one, the workers entered the passage. The smoke grew darker. A burning piece of wood fell behind Adrian. Move! Amara shouted. He pushed the injured worker forward. They reached the main hall moments before flames spread into the back room. Firefighters rushed through the front doors. Outside, Evelyn held Amara tightly. You saved me again, she said. Amara looked at Adrian. We all got out. Daniel came running toward them with a damaged black box in his hands. We found this near the power room. Adrian frowned. What is it? A control device. Someone used it to shut down the alarms and lock the doors. Who? Daniel held up a small company card. It belonged to Vanessa. A security officer joined them. We also checked the camera near the power room. Vanessa entered the building last night with 2 men. She told the guard she had permission from the board. Adrian's face became cold. Why would she do this? Daniel looked at the burning building. The launch system was not only a new product. If it failed, your company shares would crash. And if I lost control? Daniel lowered his voice. Vanessa's group was ready to buy enough shares to take over Coltech. Evelyn stared at him. She wanted to destroy the company. No, Adrian said. He looked at Amara, then back at the smoke rising above Coltech. She was willing to destroy people too. Adrian stood outside the burning Coltech building while police officers placed yellow tape around the entrance. Firefighters moved in and out through the smoke. Workers sat on the ground, coughing and holding bottles of water. Evelyn stayed close to Amara, while Daniel spoke with the head of security. Adrian looked at Vanessa's company card in Daniel's hand. Where is she? He asked. We are trying to find her, Daniel replied. Do not try. Find her. A police officer stepped closer. Mr. Cole, we need you to stay calm. Adrian turned to him. My mother and my workers were trapped inside that building. A man could have lost his leg. Children were in that hall. We understand. No, you do not understand. Vanessa planned this. We have the card and the camera recording. We also have the control device. We will investigate everything. Adrian pointed toward the damaged building. She wanted the launch to fail so she could take my company. The officer nodded. Then she will answer for it. Amara moved closer. Let the police do their work, she said. Adrian looked at her. She nearly killed you. She nearly killed all of us. And you expect me to stand here and wait? I expect you not to make another choice because you are angry. His jaw tightened. You think I cannot control myself? I think you are hurt and afraid. I am not afraid. Amara looked toward Evelyn. You saw your mother behind a locked door with smoke around her. Adrian followed her eyes. Evelyn was speaking to a doctor, but her hands were still shaking. Adrian lowered his voice. I thought I was going to lose her. I know. And then I saw you run into that passage. You came with me, because I could not let you go alone. Amara looked at him for a long moment. Before she could answer, Daniel hurried toward them. We found Vanessa. Where? She is at a private airfield. Her plane was preparing to leave. Adrian's face became hard. Stop her. The police are already on the way. Vanessa did not escape. Officers arrested her before she could enter the plane. The 2 men who had entered Coltech with her were also caught. One of them admitted that Vanessa paid them to damage the power system, cut the backup wires, and lock the emergency doors. The next morning, Vanessa sat inside a police room with Adrian, 2 officers, and her lawyer. She wore the same proud look she had carried at the company event, but her hands trembled on the table. This is a mistake, she said. Adrian placed a file in front of her. No, this is the truth. Vanessa looked at the papers but did not touch them. You have no proof that I planned the fire. We have camera footage. It shows me entering the building with two men who have already spoken to the police. Her lawyer leaned toward her. Vanessa, do not answer. She ignored him. They were hired to test the security system. Adrian's voice became cold. They cut the backup wires. I did not tell them to do that. They used your company card. It was stolen. One of them has messages from you. Vanessa's face changed. Adrian opened the file and pushed a printed page toward her. The message showed Vanessa ordering the men to make the launch fail and lock the doors long enough to cause fear. Vanessa stared at it. Then she looked at Adrian. You were going to destroy everything we built. We built nothing, Adrian replied. You tried to take what belonged to other people. I helped your company grow. You helped when it gave you power. I made you stronger. You tried to kill my mother. I did not know she would be there. The room became silent. Adrian leaned forward. You knew workers would be there. Vanessa looked away. You knew children would be there. She said nothing. You knew Amara would be blamed if anything went wrong because you had already filled the internet with lies about her. Vanessa's eyes flashed with anger. She changed you. No. She showed me what I had become. Vanessa laughed without joy. You think that warehouse woman belongs beside you? Adrian stood. She stood beside my mother when no one else did. She stood beside a worker when his manager ran away. She stood beside people inside a burning building. You stood beside money. Vanessa's lawyer rose. This meeting is over. Adrian picked up the file. Yes, it is. He looked at Vanessa one last time. Your business deal with Coltech is finished. Every company connected to you has been removed from our board. You will never control one part of my company again. Vanessa's face became pale. You cannot do that. I already did. Adrian left the room without looking back. Later that day, Daniel met him inside his office. There is another matter, Daniel said. What? The 3 people who bullied your mother at the shopping center have been found. Adrian stopped walking. All 3? Yes, the young man is Tund Baligan. The others are his cousin and a friend. They posted the full video online after the company event made your mother's name public. Adrian's eyes became cold. Why? They wanted attention. Did they show themselves taking her bag? Yes. And pushing her? Yes. Daniel placed a tablet on the desk. The video showed Tund laughing as Evelyn begged for her medicine. It showed the girl pushing past her and nearly knocking her down. Adrian watched in silence. What has been done? He asked. The police questioned them this morning. Questioned. They are being charged for taking her property and placing her in danger. The shopping center manager and guards are also under investigation for refusing to help. Adrian sat down slowly. Good. Daniel looked surprised. That is all. What do you expect me to do? I expected you to say something about making them suffer. Adrian looked toward the window. Amara told me to let the law do its work. Daniel smiled slightly. You are listening. I am trying. 2 days later, Coltech held a meeting at the finished community center. Workers, reporters, local families, and people from the company filled the main training hall. The windows were open, the floor was strong, and the new emergency doors stood clearly marked. Amara arrived with Evelyn. She stopped when she saw the cameras. What is this? She asked. Evelyn smiled. Adrian asked people to come. For what? He said he had something to say. Adrian walked onto the small stage. He did not wear an expensive suit. He wore a plain white shirt with the sleeves folded. The room became quiet. The past few weeks have shown me many things, he began. They showed me that a company can have money, guards, and machines, but still fail to protect people. Amara watched him carefully. Adrian continued. They also showed me that I made mistakes. I hid the truth about who I was from someone who had already shown me honesty. Then, when she was framed, I did not defend her quickly enough. The cameras turned toward Amara. She did not look away. Adrian faced her. Amara, I am sorry. The room stayed silent. I am sorry for searching your life while hiding mine. I am sorry for allowing doubt into my mind when I should have trusted your heart. I am sorry that my world treated you like you were less because you did not have money. Amara's eyes became wet. Adrian stepped down from the stage and walked toward her. I cannot change what happened, he said, but I can change what I do next. Daniel brought forward a folder. Adrian held it out to Amara. She did not take it. What is this? Not a gift. What is it? A partnership. The room filled with quiet whispers. Adrian opened the folder. Coltech needs a safety and fitness program for every worker. Not something made by people who sit in offices. Something built by someone who understands workers, machines, danger, and training. Amara looked at the pages. You want me to work for you? No. Her eyebrows rose. I want you to work with me. He pointed to the papers. You would lead the program. You would hire your own team. You would train workers, inspect safety systems, and create exercise centers in our offices. What about my father's training center? It stays yours. You are not buying it? No. You are not paying my loan? No. Then how does this help? The partnership pays you for real work. You can use your earnings however you choose. Amara looked at Evelyn. Evelyn nodded. Adrian continued. You said you wanted to save the center yourself. This gives you the chance to do that. Amara, read the first page. My name is listed as a partner. Yes. Not an employee. Yes. And I can refuse a plan if it is unsafe? You can stop any project if it puts workers in danger. She looked up at him. You agreed to that? I learned from the warehouse. And the fire? That too. Amara closed the folder. I will read every page. I expected you to. I will change anything I do not like. I expected that too. I will not be quiet because cameras are watching. Adrian gave a small smile. I would be worried if you were. Amara finally took the folder. This does not mean I trust you again. I know. It does not mean I forgive everything. I know. It only means I will consider the work. Adrian nodded. That is enough. The people in the hall began to clap. Amara looked around at the workers, children, and families inside the center they had rebuilt. Then she looked back at Adrian. For the first time, he had not offered to save her. He had offered to stand beside her while she saved herself. Amara took the partnership folder home that evening and placed it on the old desk inside her father's training center. She did not sign it at once. For 3 nights, she read every page. She crossed out parts she did not agree with. She added rules about worker safety, fair pay, medical help, and training for people who could not afford it. On the 4th morning, she entered Adrian's office with the folder under her arm. Daniel saw her first. Good morning, Amara. Is he busy? Daniel looked toward Adrian's closed office door. He has a meeting in 10 minutes. Then he has 9 minutes for me. Daniel smiled. You have not changed. I hope not. He opened the door. Adrian was standing beside his desk, speaking on the phone. When he saw Amara, he ended the call. You came. I said I would read it. And she dropped the folder onto his desk. I changed it. Adrian opened the first page. There are many red marks. There were many problems. He turned another page. You removed the part that gives Coltech control over the training plans. Yes. Why? Because I will not lead a program if people who have never lifted a box can change it from an office. Adrian nodded and continued reading. You added free safety training for small companies. Many workers get hurt because their employers say training costs too much. And you want Coltech to pay for it? Part of it. That will cost money. Amara folded her arms. You have a lot of that. Adrian looked up. Was that a joke? No. He almost smiled. Then he reached the final page. You added one more rule. Yes. He read it aloud. Amara Ease will remain the full owner of Ease Strength House. Coltech will have no right to buy, control, or rename it. Adrian placed the paper down. I agree. Amara stared at him. You did not argue. You were clear. You normally argue. I am learning. Slowly, but I am learning. Adrian picked up a pen and signed beside every change. Then he pushed the folder back toward her. Amara looked at the final line. You are not going to ask me to trust you? No. Why not? Because you said trust cannot be bought. It cannot. It cannot be demanded either. Amara studied his face. For once, he was not trying to win. She signed her name. The partnership began the next week. At first, many Coltech managers did not like Amara. She entered offices in work boots. She stopped meetings when safety rules were ignored. She asked workers questions in front of their bosses. During her first visit to a large Coltech storage building, a manager tried to hide a damaged machine. It is a small fault, he said. Amara placed her hand on the machine. Then stand beside it while it is running. The manager stepped back. That is not my job. But you expect your workers to stand here every day. Adrian, who had come to watch the visit, remained silent. The manager looked at him. Sir, are you going to allow her to speak to me like this? Adrian answered calmly. She is the head of safety. You should answer her question. The manager's face became pale. The machine was shut down that same day. Months passed and the new program grew. Workers received proper training. Broken machines were repaired before accidents happened. Every Coltech building created a small exercise room where workers could stretch, train, and rest after long hours. Amara hired Emeka as one of her first safety trainers. On his first day, he stood inside a classroom filled with workers and pointed to a picture of the machine that had almost killed him. I thought I was going to die, he told them. The warning signs were there, but people ignored them. Never stay silent when something is unsafe. Amara watched from the back of the room. When the lesson ended, Emeka walked toward her. How did I do? You spoke too fast. His smile disappeared. But they listened, she added. So I did well? You did well. He laughed. You enjoy making people worry. Only you. The partnership gave Amara enough money to make the final payment on her father's training center. She walked into the bank alone and placed the payment papers on the desk. The bank officer looked surprised. You paid the full amount. Yes. Did Mr. Cole help you? Amara smiled. I earned it. The day she received the building papers, she went straight to the center. She opened the door and stood inside the old room. The walls were still cracked. The fan still turned slowly. Her father's boxing gloves still hung in the same place. She touched them gently. We did it, Dad, she whispered. But saving the building was only the beginning. Amara repaired the roof, replaced the weak floor, and painted the walls. She did not turn it into a rich private gym. She called local families together. This place belonged to my father, she told them. He believed strength should help people, not make them feel small. A young mother raised her hand. How much will it cost to join? Children train for free. What about people without jobs? Free. An old man asked. What about people like me? Amara smiled. You can train too, but you are not lifting the heavy weights on your first day. The room filled with laughter. E's Strength House became a community gym. Young people learned exercise, boxing, safety, and discipline. Workers learned how to protect their backs and lift heavy things the right way. Older people came for simple movement classes. A large picture of Samuel E's hung near the entrance. Under it were simple words. Strength is meant to protect. Adrian visited often, but he never tried to control the place. Sometimes he repaired benches. Sometimes he carried water. Sometimes he sat quietly while Amara taught children. One Saturday, she found him struggling to fix a loose shelf. You are holding the tool wrong, she said. I know how to use it. The shelf disagrees. He moved the tool again and the screw fell to the floor. Amara laughed. You run a technology company. This is Wood. And Wood has defeated you. Adrian looked at her. Are you going to help? I thought you knew what you were doing. I have changed my mind. She knelt beside him and showed him how to hold the tool. Their hands touched. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then a child called from across the room. Coach Amara, He is looking at you again." The whole class began to laugh. Adrian quickly returned to the shelf. Amara tried to hide her smile. Slowly, he earned back her trust. He did not do it with money. He did it by keeping his word. When she disagreed with him, he listened. When she needed space, he gave it. When she made decisions about the safety program, he supported her in front of the board. He also spent more time with Evelyn. Every Sunday, he ate lunch at her house. He stopped sending workers to do things he could do himself. He called her even on busy days. One year after Amara had saved Evelyn at the shopping center, Evelyn invited them both to the community center. When Amara arrived, the hall was quiet. "Where is everyone?" she asked. Evelyn smiled. "Outside." "Why?" "Because Adrian wanted to speak to you without 100 people recording it." Adrian entered from the training room. He looked nervous. Amara had never seen him look that way before. "What is happening?" she asked. He walked toward her and stopped a few feet away. "1 year ago, you saw my mother in danger." Amara looked at Evelyn. "She was surrounded by people, but only you stepped forward." Adrian continued. "You did not know her name. You did not know who I was. You did not know what you might gain. I did not want anything. I know." He took a slow breath. "When I first met you, I thought your muscles were what made you strong." Amara raised an eyebrow. "And now I know your strongest part is your heart." Her face softened. Adrian continued. "You taught me that helping people is not the same as controlling them. You taught me that saying sorry means nothing if actions do not change. You taught me how to listen. You still need practice." He smiled. "I know." Then he reached into his pocket. Amara's eyes widened. "Adrian, I am not trying to buy you. You had better not be." He held out a small ring, but he did not kneel. "I am not asking you to leave your work, your gym, or your life. I am not asking you to become part of my world and forget your own." Amara looked at the ring. "Then what are you asking?" "I am asking if we can build one world together." Evelyn covered her mouth, trying not to cry. Adrian's voice shook. "I love you, Amara. Not because you saved my mother. Not because you saved my workers. I love you because you make people feel safe. You make them feel seen. You make me want to be better." Amara looked into his eyes. "Can you stand beside me without trying to stand in front of me?" "Yes." "Can you listen when I say no?" "Yes." "Can you accept that I may always argue with you?" Adrian smiled. "I would be worried if you stopped." Amara laughed through her tears. Then she held out her hand. "Yes." Adrian placed the ring on her finger. Evelyn hurried forward and wrapped her arms around them both. "I knew it," she cried. Amara laughed. "You knew what?" "That the woman who saved me would save my stubborn son too." Adrian shook his head. "She did not save me." Amara looked at him. "No." He held her hand. "She showed me how to save myself." Outside, children waited near the doors. When Evelyn opened them, everyone rushed inside and began cheering. Amara looked around at the community center, her father's gym, the workers, the children, and the man standing beside her. Her life had not changed because she helped a billionaire's mother. It changed because, on a day when everyone else watched, she chose to step forward. And the greatest reward was not money, power, or a place in Adrian's world. It was finding someone who finally understood that her true strength had always come from her heart.